Facebook and Pinterest. How do they compare? A John Hutchinson and Justin Knapp project for Intro to Information and Technology final project. A brief history of Pinterest. Pinterest was launched originally as only a computer-based program on the web browser to share images and categorize them into ideas. Eventually, it would grow to become usable both on the iPhone app network and the Android system. These boards are made up out of the pins, and you save the images and ideas to the boards to refer back to them later with the rest of the similar content. The goal of Pinterest is to connect people to products and services that they are looking for via boards and other content that is within the category they are searching for. Pinterest's data and information processing components are basically that the data is categorized by hashtags that the users attach to the images, and they are put into the categories that their boards are with, like wedding content will get the wedding category, and home products get the home categories and home hashtags. You can also search their image base by taking a picture of a product, and they will bring up all the products that look similar to that picture. That is a unique system to Pinterest. They also use an open source code called Pintrace to collect data, try to optimize and fix latency issues, slowdowns within the network. So they're always trying to optimize their system to work the most efficiently that they can. Pinterest's display and communication component, first of all, the infinite scroll system keeps bringing up new content the further you scroll. The categories kind of broaden out and keep bringing in more content and more content until they reach a broader category that might not be as specific as what you were searching, but it just continues bringing up new content that way. The image-based system has very small amounts of text, usually just mostly images unless there's text based within the image. But the text they use is just a little description. The images are sorted into different boards based on what they contain or what they are related to, and you can share these images to Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and other social media network systems. This infinite scroll system is related to the human factor because they want the users to just keep looking, then keep finding more content to keep adding to their boards. So it's a huge part of the human factor. They want people to keep on looking and keep on categorizing. The pins, however, are created by the users. Paid users can use their content and share their content to get more attention and views than the free users, but the free users can also post content and share what they are trying to draw attention to. They just don't get as many clicks, as many views. Pins are categorized by the users into boards and categories and make it easier for the users to find them and look for similar things that they might want. And tags, like hashtags, you can further categorize, like, let's say, a wedding band. You could tag it with silver, You could tag it as princess cut, square cut, just certain things that make it so these certain products are being shown by little hashtags to describe them a little bit better. Now, two of the professions that somebody might have working at Pinterest might be a performance and capacity engineer or a security engineer. Performance and capacity engineer work on making the system work more smoothly. The bachelor's degree in computer science, electrical engineering, operations research are related technical fields needed, but really there's a lot of script required to do this job. Analytical budgeting and planning skills are required as well, just so they can have a plan to better make this work. On the other hand, a security engineer's job is to protect all this data, both the Pinterest users' information and all these pins that are on the system. Qualification is more security experience. They want you somebody who's used this engineering and used the software. They also are looking for somebody who's going to be more developing and debugging in Python, Go, or Java. So lots of language-based programming is required overall for Pinterest jobs. Now, Pinterest doesn't have nearly as many social issues as I feel as Facebook will face later on when John talks about this. Usually it's just sharing content you don't really have the rights to. I mean, like, I'm selling products that maybe I don't have the right to sell, or sharing paintings or photos that were created by an artist, and I shouldn't really be showing these. Also, some of the content might be inaccurate or biased with means to sell a product, this new weight loss product that doesn't really do what I'm promising it does. Other products might not be of sound quality or made to appear as such, to kind of think of it as fool's gold. Like, oh, I say this ring is great quality, but it's really just kind of plain. Now, Pinterest's accessibility is based on whether you have access to the internet, and if the content is kind of related to you. So you're going to have really money-rich societies with access to internet and cell phone towers. You have to have the capability to use social media and technology. That's both physical means, like your country has to allow it. I couldn't go on a Facebook or Pinterest in North Korea, for instance, because they have that blocked. Also, you have to have a deep understanding of how to use the Pinterest system, how to sort it, how to pin it, how to upload the images and the explanations and the tags. You have to have an understanding of how that works. You also have to have an understanding of either the cell phone you're using, or have an understanding of the computer internet browser you're going to be using Pinterest on. However, the content is mostly for the users that are women. It's harder to find some content related conventionally masculine topics, like when I did a search for car repairs. They usually just popped up car repair manuals and not as much instructions on how to fix the car itself. However, if you search for instructions for wedding guides, how to plan a wedding, the detailed step-by-step instructions for how to plan a wedding. So it's kind of reflective more of what feminine products and feminine related topics.
Facebook was launched on February 4, 2004 by Harvard sophomore Mark Zuckerberg under the name thefacebook.com. Initially, this site was only available for other Harvard students, but spread to the other Ivy League schools and eventually to all U.S. universities. In 2006, it became open to anyone with an email address. Facebook's popularity continues to rise with over 1.4 billion daily users. Posts are submitted by both individuals and businesses. Facebook offers a similar experience to MySpace, allowing users to post pictures and text that their friends can see. Zuckerberg was hired by Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss and Divya Narendra to create a social network for Harvard alumni and current students called HarvardConnections.com. They hired Zuckerberg as a web developer to build their website. While working on this site, Zuckerberg created thefacebook.com, a social networking site for Harvard students. Shortly after launching, Facebook leaders of HarvardConnections.com alleged that Zuckerberg had stolen their idea and eventually sued. They were not able to prove that their idea had been stolen, and they settled out of court. According to BusinessInsider.com, the three students received $20 million in cash and 1.253 million shares in Facebook common stock. Facebook uses a customized form of structured query language, or SQL, called Presto, which was developed by their engineers. They currently have over 300 petabytes of data stored. Just for reference, a petabyte equals 1,000 terabytes or 1 million gigabytes. In addition to Presto, Facebook also employs Hive, HBase, Hadoop, and Scribe. The data flows in from Facebook's web servers and goes to Scribe Hadoop clusters as uncompressed data. Every 5 to 15 minutes, a copier protocol is run and the data is compressed and sent to Hive Hadoop clusters. This data goes to two different locations. One area is the ad hoc Hive Hadoop cluster, which is responsible for low-level batch jobs and also ad hoc analysis. The other location is the federated MySQL databases. Facebook users are able to post text, pictures, and videos for their friends to view. On the right is a post made by Mark Zuckerberg earlier this year. As you can see, the main focus of this post is a large picture with text above. People who are able to view the post are able to interact with it by liking, commenting, or sharing it. Facebook offers a nearly infinite scroll feature, allowing users to have their news feed continuously updated with new posts. This works well for Facebook as it allows people to easily scan through their feed for anything that might interest them. This can, however, create a passive experience. In a recent Facebook post, Zuckerberg did state that the passive interaction with their page might negatively impact their users, and they are working on ways to combat this. Facebook currently offers 101 languages that users can select as their default. In order to serve the visually impaired, Facebook is utilizing neural network-based artificial intelligence to be able to describe a photo automatically, i.e. without human aid. In the past, the user would have a third-party software reading the text of their Facebook newsfeed, and when it came to the picture, they would only hear picture. With the new software, they might be able to hear the picture displayed here described as 6 people smiling outside. Facebook has made it very easy to upload pictures and videos and also to share videos from other sites. One aspect I think could be improved is the ability to customize the way a post looks. With all posts looking the same, it is very easy to scroll through a newsfeed without really having read anyone's posts. Current information professions include a software engineer in their Oculus Studio working with virtual reality. The qualifications include a bachelor's in computer science and working knowledge in the programming languages C, C#, or C++. Additionally, they are hiring a social media strategist to grow their followers on Facebook and Instagram. The term Cambridge Analytica has been in the news a lot lately since Mark Zuckerberg has been testifying in front of Congress. But what exactly happened? In 2014, a research team at Cambridge University, headed by Alexander Kogan, started to offer Facebook users a survey to take. As with all third-party apps, users were given a pop-up message with the terms and conditions that they could choose to agree to. These terms and conditions gave Kogan's team access not only to that individual's personal data, but also to their friends' data. According to an article on BusinessInsider.com, we do not know what data was taken, but we do know what type of data was available at the time, which included locations, relationship details, subscriptions, work history, and political and religious affiliations. A great deal of the controversy is that these data points are able to be examined in ways that the users might not be able to anticipate, and this information was sold from a university to a private company called Cambridge Analytica. Cambridge Analytica is a London-based political consultancy firm which sold data mined from 50 million Facebook users to the Trump presidential campaign. According to Reuters, quote, U.S. law bans foreigners from making contributions or spending money on behalf of a U.S. election campaign, but it was not illegal for the Trump campaign to retain Cambridge Analytica's services, end quote. As a result of this, Facebook is now being questioned by Congress under scrutiny for how much data they allowed a third party to gain access to. The public has been shook by the controversy, and Facebook stocks fell $50 billion in just 2 days. Facebook Live allows people to stream audio and video directly from their phone or tablet live to all of their friends on Facebook. There have been several cases in which a crime has been live streamed via Facebook. These crimes include rape, murder, and violent assaults. Currently, Facebook does not have the ability to have these videos automatically stopped or taken down. Instead, they have a team of about 7,500 individuals monitoring for any video that needs to be stopped and removed. On January 11th, 2018, Mark Zuckerberg posted that Facebook wants to change the way their newsfeed functions. They want to make sure that your friends' posts are the central feature in your experience, and they want to limit posts made by businesses. As a result, more so than ever, who you're friends with on Facebook matters to what you'll have access to in your newsfeed. However, this may have a limiting effect on some users. Some people might not follow pages that they would want to because it might come up in their friends' newsfeed. I think this aspect could be improved by allowing users to be able to follow groups or make comments but block certain friends from seeing this activity. Though the primary focus of Facebook is going through your newsfeed, users do have the option to seek out new pages and friends with the search bar at the top of the page. This is only limited by what you can think to search and what you might be able to understand once you get to these pages.
Thank you, John. So, Facebook and Pinterest. A lot of people might be saying they're very similar, but there's some big differences. Facebook, you're sharing what you are doing now. Where Pinterest, you're kind of saving ideas to products for later. You're trying to decide between this or that. Do I want to do this exercise or that exercise? Do I want to try this at the wedding or try that at the wedding? The pictures you share on Facebook show what you did, what you are doing. And that's a big difference. The time period right there. You can search for a person via the camera on Facebook, but you search for a product via the camera on Pinterest. You follow friends, coworkers, and family on Facebook. You're trying to see what they're doing. But you can still follow your friends, coworkers, and family on Pinterest, but you're really looking for strangers that have similar tastes to you. You're looking for somebody who likes what you like so you can draw ideas from them. Content you see on Facebook is based on who you are friends with and who you interact with the most. If your fiance, your wife, your best friend, you're going to see what they're doing. Content you see on your Pinterest board is based on your interest. If you've been looking at a lot of wedding bands, if you've been looking at a lot of wedding-related stuff, you're going to see lots of wedding-related products. If you like looking at tattoo work, I looked at one tattoo. The next day, they had 4 more different tattoo suggestions from random people. It's not based really as much on your friends for that portion for Pinterest. However, they're both social media. And that makes it so the type of jobs are very similar. We need lots of software engineers. We need security people. We need social media coordinators. And they both require the use of a computer, an Android app, or an iOS system. They both need to be connected to the internet the entire time you use it. To function, to draw, to share, you need to be connected. And both are used as social media to connect people to information that other people share. That is the goal. We want to see what did the other people have to say, whether it's about the friends or whether it's about whatever you want to see on Pinterest. It's about that which is shared.